Well, good morning and welcome back to CityLine. As you can see, we're already having conversations, so we want you to be a part of them. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Mike Gehrke. You are the founding member of the Rainier Dragon Boat Festival. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to have you here
Good to be
in this
here.
segment. And you brought with you Theresa Pharms. You are the race director of the Rainier Dragon Boat Festival. Welcome as well, my dear.
Thank you.
Look at these medals on you. They look fabulous.
They bling.
Bling. That is the epitome of bling, let me tell you. So let's talk about this, because as I said on the opening, I've been watching on Facebook people posting videos about getting out there and practicing, and rain or shine, they do it. And I look at them and think, this is amazing. And then I think, and how sore you must be afterwards. And I know it's much more than that. So, Mike, for people who look at those videos and think, what is that? Let's answer the question, what is dragon boat racing?
Dragon boat racing is a sport that originated in China, actually 523 BC.
Wow.
So it's been around for a while. And it's come to the United States. I think the first one was in Kansas, where you don't think of having a whole lot of water.
No, you don't.
In the 50s. And now it is probably the largest, if not the largest, the second largest team sport growing in America.
My goodness, that is impressive. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of time behind that, but not in the sense of it picking up speed since it was in Kansas. So, Theresa, how many people are actually in that boat, as we're looking at one right now?
In the boat, you have 20 paddlers, two to each seat. And you have a caller or a drummer that sits at the front of the boat, which beats the drum to, we call it the dragon heartbeat. And then you have a steersman in the back that steers the boat and is also responsible for the safety of the paddlers on the boat.
That is impressive.
So 22 total.
22. So this is a question for both of you, and Theresa, I want you to lead off first. How do you prepare for this? And maybe even how do you prepare for this?
I can only speak for myself.
Yes.
How do I prepare? First of all, I don't eat a very large meal before.
That would be hard for me because I eat all the time.
So I eat something light for energy, at least maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours before. Stay really hydrated and do some stretching. Yeah, especially for your shoulders, your core, your hips.
Yeah.
Because it is a full body sport. It's not just the arms.
No.
It's that core and your legs.
And your mind.
Yes.
And obviously your prep is working because hence the medals around your neck. Tell us about these medals.
These are the medals that we will be awarding at the festival this year. We have blue for first, we have the red, which is the silver, that's second, and then our white bronze for our third place. And all of the community teams will be taking home medals.
I love that.
Yeah.
So how do you answer the question of how do you prepare?
Well, Theresa did a great job on telling how you prep yourself to get in the boat prior to getting in the boat. But once you're in the boat, it's all about focus on the stroke, which we teach all the community teams who are brand new to this in 3 one-hour sessions prior to race day. And we teach them the basic stroke so that they don't injure themselves by doing it incorrectly, which you can hurt your back if you don't hinge properly. And we teach them the progression from the start of the race to the middle part to the finishing rush at the end.
That is amazing. So how many teams are there, Theresa?
This year we have 39 teams. Of the 39 teams, we have 15 that are made up of primarily community and corporate. We have 16 women's teams, and we have 8 mixed, men and women. And quite honestly, the interest was so much that we actually had to wait list about 11 teams that tried to get into the festival.
What an awful problem to have.
Yes, it is.
So not all 38 teams win and get a medal. So explain to us how this works. I mean, in the end, does it get down to just 2 boats?
4.
4 boats.
4 boats. Okay.
4 boats.
So
right.
4 boats.
And because of the number of women's team, we'll have 2 final for the women's, and then we'll have 1 final for the mix.
Okay.
Now the community teams, we'll do 5 races, 3 boats. Hence, everybody from community and corporate take home a medal.
There we go. So, Mike, walk us through the Dragon Boat Festival from somebody who is brand new, who has just come down to the festival, is there with their family, and they're on the waterfront. What are they going to see?
Well, they're going to see, depending if they get there the first thing in the morning.
Which they should.
Which they should, because the eye dotting or eye opening ceremony is quite impressive. And it's the awakening of the dragons and the blessing of the paddlers on the water. That happens at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And it's an all-day experience. It's run in a series of heats, like a track meet. So you'll see races every 15 minutes. There will be another set of boats and paddlers out on the water. And they'll come back to the dock, they switch out, another team gets in, and away they go.
Wow, those are some great shots that we had there. Yeah. And when you talk about the waking of the dragon, that is a drumming ceremony. Is that correct?
Well, actually, it will be done with a priest this year who will bless the dragons, and the people who will actually dot the I's, thus awakening the dragon and preparing for battle, will be our sponsors and VIPs.
Outstanding. That's how inclusive. I love that. So, Theresa, from your point of view, what are the best viewing sites for this event?
So for the Rainier Dragon Boat Festival, we've reserved Thea Foss Park.
Wow.
And also the complete esplanade on the backside or the top of the docks there, where wonderful viewing from that location for the 500 and also for the 250 meter races. And then also the park. Yeah.
How long do when do these teams, Mike, start preparing for this race?
I think we had our first practice on about the 14th of last month.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And then do you meet once a week, twice a week, or does the schedule kind of escalate the closer you get to the race?
It does. People would like to have their last practice as close to the race date as possible, but of course when you have 15 community teams of 20 plus paddlers, it gets a little crowded. So not everybody gets to be the last team to practice before the actual race date. So we spread them out over about a 1 month period.
Boy, that is a nightmare on an Excel sheet. I'm looking at you, Theresa, thinking, how do you juggle all of those teams? Yeah. That must just be an exercise in logistics to get all of them
Absolutely.
In there.
You know, we couldn't do it without our team members. The Tacoma Dragon Boat Association, our team members, they step up, they give of their time, their knowledge, their experience, and they are out there and they are passionate about what they're doing to prepare these teams. So we couldn't do it without all of the volunteers.
I bet. How many repeat offenders do we have, Mike?
Oh my goodness.
You can just guess for me.
I would say of the community teams, they are all repeat offenders.
Oh
They've been there in prior years. Many of them 5 years.
It's addictive, isn't it?
It is addictive.
It is.
It's almost spiritual when the sun is out and the water's calm and you're all pulling together.
I love that. And you brought a good point, the sun is out, because this race happens come sunshine or rain.
Oh, yes.
In some years, I know I have seen it, and it's just been pouring down rain, and I just think, wow, everybody deserves a medal for braving the elements on this one. We've been showing the website where viewers can get more information about this. I want to ask lastly, Theresa, who do we need to thank?
Oh gosh, list of sponsors.
Yeah.
Let's start off with our sponsors: Multicare, CHI Franciscan,
Yeah.
and General Plastics Manufacturing Company, my employer. Um, these are all our sponsors this year. I'd also like to shout out to Tacoma Maritime Association for their assistance with the safety boats and safety patrol. Thea Foss Waterway, the Owners Association, and the Waterway Development. We have the fire department who comes out there and makes sure that everything is tip-top shape before we start. Metro Parks, of course, and then the City of Tacoma, the Environmental Services, for their assistance in the rubbish and recycle bins that we'll be using throughout the day.
Well done. And I want to say thank you to both of you and to all of the volunteers and to your team members that we couldn't get in the studio and fit on the couch. Because I know that it's more than just the two of you, but with the two of you and your leadership, this continues to thrive every year. And the fact that you had a wait list for people to get in, that is music to my ears. That is the ultimate hallmark of success, when people are lining up at your door wanting to be a part of something that is strenuous, it's a mental game, and they're in it for the zenness. So congratulations to both of you and to all of the people who have held this event up for all these years.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda.
And we'll see you on the waterfront. How's
Yes,
that?
you will.
bet.
Paddles up.
Paddles up. All right, happy sinners, give us some more music.